so today marks the day where I start doing front suspension teardown on the Corvette. I'm going to try doing a new style of video to where I just kind of try to do more a weekly upload and like more of a kind of, not so that I have a project that I finish, but just kind of updates throughout the week so that it's not like too long to where I can finish a video, and it kind of fits with my schedule too. If I just do kind of one thing a week, then I could have a steady upload schedule. The videos will be a little bit shorter so you guys could be more likely to watch it. But so I'm going to show you guys what I'm getting into right now. So the basis for this project was to just put 550 lowering springs in the car, but a lot of the times one thing turns into multiple things, so I'll show you kind of what we have to doing now. So I have the wheel off right now. So we're replacing the 550, the springs with 550 lowering springs, so it should lower it like an inch or so. And we're also putting Bilstein sport shocks in the front. And we got new upper and lower ball joints since we're taking off the spindle to get the spring out, of course. So, and we also bought some end link bushings that are polyurethane upgrade, and the frame mount sway bar bushings we also upgraded to polyurethane. So we're going to replace those as well because they're all a little dry rotted right now, as you can see. I'm also going to paint the sway bar and the control arms so they look nicer, and I think that's about it. So today basically we're just doing a kind of tear down and getting started on it. So I'll show you what we're doing now. I have the cars on the ramp on this side of the tire, and then on this side I have it on a jack stand so that we have enough room to, when we unbolt the control arms and stuff, there's enough room to swing the control arm down, so we have enough room to work and get the spring out and all that stuff. So I'll check back with you guys on the next step. Alright, so I got the cars up on the jack stands and stuff. Now I put the jack underneath the rotor, and this towel's here to keep from messing up the rotor. But this is, so I'm going to jack up the rotor to kind of ride height to put load on the spring and take load off the shock so I can unbolt the shock without messing up any of the threads. So yeah, I'm just going to do that now. Alright, so I think that'll be good. So now I'm going to get some hardware or some tools and try to unbolt that shock. Alright, so I got those two bolts out, and now if I zoom in, you can see that the shock kind of came out of the socket a little bit because it finally decompressed all the way. So now I got to go up to the top and take the top bolts off. Alright, so I can't figure out how to set up the camera so you can see me do it, but you're just going to watch me from over there. So, but this is pretty much what I'm doing. I just need to take off that nut right there. That's connecting to the top of the strut, and then the strut's going to fall at the bottom. There we go. I got the shock out. Alright, you guys, so I got the shock out, and I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration of new shock versus old shock. So these are the shocks that I am putting in. These are Bilstein sport shocks, and these were the cones that came out. They're the Sense-Ract. I've never heard of that company before, but just like a quick demonstration. So this shock, I don't know how old it is, but let me put it on the ground. I could push down on the dealio, the rod, and it comes out, and I can do that with my hands, but I can't do that with the new Bilsteins. It's too stiff. So that's going to be a shock that has more rebound and compression, and it'll be better for sports handling. And I also got these new washers, which are polyurethane. The bushings for that go up here, which are polyurethane, new washers and a new nut. So I could just throw this whole assembly out and just keep the stuff that comes with the new shock. Alright you guys, so now while the suspension is compressed, I'm going to unbolt the sway bar end links. Alright, so now I'm going to let the suspension down so that the sway bar comes out. Alrighty. So now I can take these out and the sway bar is free on this side. Got the shock out, the end links are out, and let me show you the end links. So these are the end links that I pulled out, and as you can see, they're pretty crumbly and stuff, so that's why we're replacing them. And we're doing a polyurethane upgrade. So there's the old shock and the old end links. I'm waiting on the polyurethane end links in the mail, so they're not here yet, otherwise I'd show you. But I'll just show you that on the next video when I get them in. But now I'm just going to come over and I'm going to take off the driver's side end links. Now I'm going to take off the frame mount sway bar mounts. Alright guys, so I got the sway bar out of the car, and I put some tape on the sides marked P and D, so I know which side's passenger and driver side, and I put tape up here to show which side is the front on the sway bar mounts. So now pretty much what I'm going to do is prep it for paint it before we install it again, but it's probably going to be installed last after we do everything else. But just a little history on this. This is a 1 1/8 inch sway bar, which is from the Gymkhana suspension package. So I think factory had a 5/8 inch sway bar, so this one is a like really beefy, heavy sway bar. Probably weighs a good 10 pounds, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, so now I'm just going to pretty much clean this stuff up, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, so I pulled the tape off that marked the driver's side and passenger side, and I put a zip tie on the driver's side, so I know that the driver's side has a zip tie, so that marks which side's the driver's side. And then on the mounts, I put a little zip tie up on the fronts to mark where the front goes. So, and this kind of shows that I did need new sway bar bushings too. When I was popping them off, they just snapped. So, I mean, it's about time for some new ones anyways. But yeah, so now I'll pretty much just hit this with a wire wheel or something and clean it up. So I'll see you guys when I'm done with that. Alright guys, so I got the points where the bushing came off. I got those taped up on both sides so I don't carve that out with my wire wheel. Let me show you that. So to do the paint prep on this, I'm using one of these, which is a Norton wire wheel. These things are really cheap. They're like $3 I think for a drill. You could also get them for an angle grinder, but they cost like 20 bucks I think, close to $20. So that makes paint prep on something that you're not too worried about how it looks. It makes it so much easier because it just kind of buzzes off all the stuff. I've never personally used one. I'm excited to use it. I've always wanted to use it because there's less sanding and less time. So I'm gonna set you guys up on a tripod and you guys can watch me take a shot at this. So I forgot to mention, always use eye protection when you're using one of these wire wheels. I'm wearing one right now. So don't forget, because when it's spinning up, some of the wires can fly off and you don't want those going in your eye. So make sure you wear eye protection. Already, you can tell, I can tell it's removing some of the rust on it. So you can see right here, there's some rust. Let me see if I can do this one-handed and I'll show you. So you can see that it like removes all that rust, and it looks like it's starting to get down to metal. So I'll just put you guys up here. Pretty much that's it for today. You guys can tune in next week. Hopefully I'll have another video out of what's next on the front suspension project. Let me know what you think about the video in the comments below. If you like the video, leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.